What up, Mercyhurst University? How's it going? Welcome to the very first Mercyhurst University podcast, the Shamrock. I'm here with my co-host, Ben. Tell him what's up, Ben.
How's it going, everyone?
What's good, what's good, what's good? And we got two special guests in the building.
Hey, I'm Noah here. I'm a third-year RA.
What's up, Noah? What's up? How are you? And what's your name?
My name is Caitlin, and I'm an intern in the Residence Life office.
Oh, my goodness, Caitlin, what's up? All right, why don't you start it off, Ben? Why don't you go into the RAs and what they do with their jobs and what's the benefits of being an RA and go from there.
We were kind of like concerned. We were just wondering, like, what exactly is it like being an RA?
Well, being an RA, there are many different experiences, like, great experiences and experiences that are a little difficult, but overall it's incredibly fulfilling, if I could describe being an RA in a word. Primarily we are a resource for students to go to, and I think, it's very important for all the students to know that every single one of them has an RA for them to talk to. Doesn't always have to be the RA from your building or where you live, but we are all here as a resource for our residents here on campus.
Oh, really? Okay.
You mentioned benefits. What do you mean by that?
So in regards to like being fulfilling, being an RA, being able to help out your residents, many of which, you can develop friendships with and, a close bond with, it's a great experience for both you and the resident. Like, for example, if I have a resident that's going through hard times at home, being able to help them out, talk them through it, and give them the different resources on campus that they can use to process what they're going through, it is a very fulfilling experience for yourself.
Like being that friend for them.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. And you're an intern, so you gotta tell us what that's being like, being an intern for Res Life.
So being an intern for the office is really interesting. I think for me, it's really satisfying that I'm here as a support system. So I'm here for the hall directors, I'm here for the assistant directors, and I'm also here for the RAs. So I get to kind of help assist them by reviewing some documents, updating them, and just being a support in whatever way I can, whether that's emotionally talking through things or even just, giving them some better or different resources that they may not have had access to previously.
Okay, I get you. How long do you work for the RAs and for the head of Res Life and all that?
So I'm here for a semester at Mercyhurst, and I'm very excited to continue over the course of the semester to be a support.
Okay, all right. Now, you talked about the benefits of being an RA. So let's just say I want to be an RA in the future, maybe next semester or maybe next year. And is there some requirement for training as an RA?
Like requirements such as like prerequisites or that kind of thing?
Prerequisites, yeah.
No, anybody can apply to be an RA. Except for, incoming freshmen. You must have, completed your freshman year, so you must be a sophomore or above.
Okay.
Besides that, there aren't any real requirements as far as the application process to be an RA.
Okay.
So what exactly are you guys looking for from the students that want to become RAs?
We're looking for people that are leaders or seek to enhance their leadership ability. People that are very able to be
brothers and sisters to like the students of Mercyhurst University.
Absolutely, yeah. People that are very approachable, people that are friendly with residents, but also know how to handle confrontation and handle themselves in their own confidence as well.
But you still want them to be like energetic and passionate to the students.
Of course, yeah. That's a huge part of the job.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the training like? And, how long does the training last? Because, I have some friends that are football players, and they also did some RA training, especially during fall camp. So you got to, tell us a little bit about what that's like for the training portion.
So the bulk of the training to be an RA comes from a week and a half or between a week and a half and 2 weeks of training before Welcome Week in August. And through that training, you work, several hours a day in different seminars and training exercises to get properly equipped with all of the skills and resources needed to assist the students on campus.
Okay.
Now, what made you want to become RA in particular?
And how many RAs are there total at Mercyhurst?
Total, I believe there are around 50 or 55.
Oh my gosh. Whew.
Yeah, there are more of us than it seems. So we're a sizable population. But
Wow.
as for why I wanted to become an RA, everybody in my family has been an RA, and they're very supportive of that, and they've always told me the great experiences they were able to have, especially helping people out. And much in line with Mercyhurst's core values, notably service, I wanted to do a service towards the student population and be there for people that may be in a time of need.
Okay. So what is your greatest moment being an RA? Like whatever moment you had working as an RA, what's been your greatest moment, if you have one?
That's an excellent question.
Go ahead. Tell us a story about it. Tell us a story.
So it's always an incredibly rewarding experience when you can see your help and your assistance towards one of the residents actually like break through, and you see them making developments on their own and going to the campus resources that you're suggesting, and you see them progressing.
Okay.
For example, like if you have a student that is struggling academically and you like sit them down and say like, hey, like I've heard, like some people are maybe concerned
Right.
about your academic standing, and you can give them all the various resources that we have on campus that can help you with this issue, and you being able to see that you're assisting them and telling them what is available to them is making a difference in your life is incredibly rewarding and fulfilling.
Okay. But but you do treat them like college students, you know what I mean? Like, because a lot of, they're college students. They act like college students. They are college students. Like, you do understand that, there's a fine line between, being what a college student is and representing yourself to the school, to the university as a college student. But at the same time, you're going to go out, you're going to have fun and just be a college student. And, you guys understand that there's a fine line between that.
Of course, and it's playing that fine line that's very helpful to the residents, because oftentimes residents, especially freshmen, can be a little like weary of going to perceived authority figures on campus. Like they're not going to go like talk to like their dean or something like that about like, oh, like how do I engage with academic support.
Right.
But as an RA, somebody that's really like between like a friend but still like definitely a figure of authority, they are somebody that's more approachable, that offers the students a more laid-back approach, so to speak, as to engaging in the different resources that we have available to them.
Okay. Yeah, I get you. My my one RA my freshman year, his name was Jake. I think he graduated, or he's a senior or something, or he's a grad assistant, or he's something. And he was probably one of my favorite. He's probably the best RA I've had my freshman year, because he not only understood the fact that I was a college freshman and I was going to be doing college freshman things, but he also understood the fact that I'm a student athlete and I'm also a part of a club, and I have like 10 other things on my mind. So he understands the fact that, like, for example, if I miss like a mandatory meeting, if I'm out doing going out with practice, he understands the fact that, okay, I know where this kid is. I know what he's doing. He's not going out doing something stupid, misrepresenting himself as a college student, misrepresenting himself as a student athlete. Like, he understood that. And him and I were just like, he's like the older brother I never had, because he understood me as a person. He understood me as a student athlete, and that's it's something that I can remember. I think I still have his number too to this day. So yeah, being an RA, that's one of the greatest things from what you've been telling me on at Mercyhurst University. And you get your room and board paid for too, I think, right?
Yes. As far as compensation goes, compensation differs from area to area as far as stipends and board plans go.
Okay.
But they do cover a significant amount of the costs as far as room goes.
Okay.
I can't really give you specifics because can change and stuff like that.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
Life, they can give you more
All right.
information.
So how do you choose where do you guys go to be an RA? Like in terms of choosing between
assigned to like Ryan Hall or Macaulay.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Because if I become an RA, I want to go to Ward Townhouse. I want to be a RA for the Ward Townhouses.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Bro, the Ward Townhouses, bro, they were nice. Like, they had no basement, but they were nice. I was digging them.
Yeah, so there are, of course, like many more competitive areas on campus where people would like to live or be RAs. So during the RA process, if you go into the interview process, the members of Res Life that interview you will ask you as far as your preferences go, where you want to live, and they'll take that into account.
Right.
As far as like if you get hired, where they'll place you, along with your character, your strengths, and the strengths of the other people on your staff.
Okay.
So like you might have a personality that you think that would be like great in freshman area, and you'd be like wonderful in Macaulay Hall. But if they think that you'd work better with the staff in the East Side, for instance, they might place you there because they understand the value of having an RA with your skill set over in that area. So they certainly take your desires into account as far as where you want to be placed during the interview process.
And you're placed in Wayne, correct?
Yeah, currently I'm an RA in the Wayne apartments.
Okay, so what's it like being an RA at Wayne? Because those apartments are nice. They got a dishwasher, which is key, for people like me who don't like doing dishes as much by hand. But, just tell us what's it like living in Wayne as an RA?
Being an RA in Wayne it's a different experience than I've had in the past. My first year as an RA, I was an RA in Macaulay Hall.
Okay.
The all-male freshman.
And what was that like?
That was
hot, I'm assuming.
It was, yes. The building's very warm.
I was in Macaulay too, so I know what that's like.
Yeah. It's, each area has their different flavor, so to speak.
Okay.
So with freshmen, you're always around the residents. They're generally a bit more needy as far as like them like engaging with you, like programs that they would like to do, because freshmen aren't allowed to have cars. So you have to have like good programs that make sure that the residents don't get bored, stuck like sitting in their room and that kind of thing.
Right.
Whereas now as an upperclassman RA, when people are living with other people and they're really cemented into their social groups, it's more about being there for the RA or for the residents if there is any kind of issue or any kind of question, as opposed to freshman area where you're constantly around them, you're building communities.
Right.
So it's far more engaged in freshman area than it is in upperclassmen, where you're more laid back as a resource that they will come to you as opposed to the other way around.
Oh, okay. All right. And you guys, and Matt Haynes, he's the top guy, right?
Yep.
He's the top guy. So what's it like working for him? I know he was supposed to come on down. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it, and that's okay. But why don't you tell me what's it like working for Matt Haynes, for those who want to know what's it like working for him and other Res Life staff?
Well, Matt Haynes is my direct supervisor. He's an assistant director for the East Side, which is like Lewis Townhouses, the Lewis Apartments, and the Wayne Apartments and 41st Street Townhouses. So he's got a sizable chunk. Working for him is incredible. He's a wonderful boss, very understanding. He's a resource for us just as much as we are a resource for students. Fortunately, the support staff for the RAs in Res Life is robust. There's always somebody there to help you out.
Right.
If you're going through like some kind of situation with like a resident that like you may not feel super confident with, there are always going to be people around to guide you through that and give you the resources that you need to give the resources to the student that needs them.
Okay. All right. What about you? Anything else you want to say, Ben?
Oh, I think he hit all the key points.
Okay. Anything else you want to say, Catherine?
So what I wanted to say is that I think our RAs are a wonderful resource for our students.
Okay.
For anyone interested in applying, you don't have to know everything, and you don't have to be the most outgoing person. You just have to have a willingness to learn and be dedicated to bettering yourself and your community. So we really welcome anyone to apply who is interested in the position. And if you have questions, you're welcome to contact our office and also your RA. They're wonderful resources, and they'll be happy to help you along in the application process.
And do you think there's a good balance in terms of all that? Because there are, like I said, there's people that are not just an RA. They're a student athlete in an RA. They're a part of clubs and being an RA. They're a part of work study being an RA. So do you think there's a good balance with all that?
Yeah, I think there's a wonderful balance. We love that our RAs are really involved in their communities, both on and off campus. So we really encourage students, especially who are in athletics and other Greek organizations or other organizations at all to really get involved. We think that the more that you are involved and the more that you know your likes, you're able to give to your students back.
Okay. All right. That seems to be pretty much it as far as this show. I'm Donnie Dark. That's Ben. And Noah.
Thank you so much, guys.
Caitlin. That's Res Life. This is our first podcast for the Shamrock. Yeah.